Hi, Capricorn. No, I didn't forget your reading. I didn't forget about you guys. It's just been like July and the beginning of August have been really, really busy. And I know that you know what I'm talking about, but that doesn't make the fact that your reading is so late okay. I wasn't going to forget about you. Not at all. You guys have been super, super busy. Leo season is bringing you feel more in control of things. And I feel like this is kind of the beginning of things feeling easier and less restrictive. So we have strength, we have the Emperor, and we have the Hierophant. So you could be dealing with a Leo, an Aries, or a Taurus. I feel like you're learning new things. I feel like life feels like it's a little bit more in control than it has in the past couple of months. Now, here's the interesting thing is for some of you, if you're not feeling like you're in control, you're being guided to really look within and find that inner strength because you actually have more control over the situations that are going on right now than you think you do. Some of you are going back to school this month, the higher learning, the higher education, the Hierophant. Some of you feel like you're really controlled in your marriage and not in control, but being controlled by somebody else. All of the lessons that you're learning in August right now are about your inner strength and guiding you to feel a little bit less, because I know it's like been really wonky. It almost feels like you're you were jello before. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of substance that was happening. Wow, so many major arcanas. But the balance again, so we have Libra energy also, but the balance, and if you look on the Justice card here, she has the Wheel of Fortune above her head. The way that things are turning for you because of the karmic activity that you've been through with Saturn and Pluto, because of the karmic activity that you've been through and going through Cancer season and having your full moon and having to release a lot of things with your full moon, it's like this breath of fresh air where you're no longer jello, but you're a little bit more, solid form now, if you will. Because before it was so pliable, like you couldn't really, it's like trying to nail hammer a nail into some jello. You couldn't do it before. And now it's like there's a big piece of wood in front of you and you're able to like solidly keep that nail in place. That's the vision that I'm seeing in my head. So I feel like there's just this stability that you guys are gaining with Leo season and feeling so much better about where you're going and what life is giving back to you, right? Six of Swords, exactly. The Six of Swords is about moving from rough waters into calmer waters. And you had been thinking about it and you're like, it was almost as if you were stuck. You had been thinking about it for so long and now you're gaining a little bit of control and independence and feeling worthy. That's another thing is like when a Capricorn doesn't feel good about themselves or worthy enough, it's very difficult to get into a happy place. And 10 of Cups, perfect way to show you guys exactly the feeling that I'm getting for you. The 10 of Cups next to the Six of Swords. Moving from something that was really, really rough that you had been dealing with for a very long time, whether it was family, whether it was work, whether it was friendships, relationship, marriage, all of this stuff, right? It felt like everything was caving in on you all at once. And now you can kind of take a big, deep breath and be like, oh, I get to have fun. Yes, school is about to start again here in the States. Usually kids go back the second week or the third week in August. If you are in college or deciding to get some higher learning, now is a really good time for you to do that. I feel like your brain is going to be extremely fresh for something like that to happen. Let's clarify these because it's such an easy reading. This is one of the reasons why it was okay for me to wait for you guys, because it is, you're not, for those of you that are having trouble right now and the month hasn't been easy, there are some karmic lessons that you're still needing to release. And when I say that, I mean, think about what's triggering you. Think about why you're upset. Think about why things aren't working out for you. Is it because you're staying in a job that you shouldn't be staying in? Because some people can be in a job that they don't particularly like, but that doesn't necessarily stop them from having a good life. You see what I mean? So if you feel like you can't get a job or life is just falling apart around you, either this reading doesn't resonate and you need to check your moon or your ascendant rising sign, or there are some lessons, because for the most part, Capricorn is moving into much easier territory. And this Strength card is really, it's so interesting because you saw everything from a different perspective now. You see everything from a different perspective. A lot of you went through a spiritual awakening in the last couple of years also. And now you're sort of coming out of that dark night of the soul and everything makes a little bit more sense. The Hanged Man on the Strength card, you could be dealing with Pisces energy, but the Hanged Man is all about pausing. And when I talk about pause, you're on pause. That means you might feel a little bit stuck right now, like you're not entirely sure what direction to move in. That's what feeling on pause means. But being on pause does not mean you're stuck. Being on pause means the universe is saying things are still shifting and things are still moving, but I need you to see it in a different perspective, because it's possible that you're not going in the direction that your soul wants you to go in. And so you feel very, very stuck. You feel sort of like, I'm not entirely sure which way I'm supposed to go. That's being on pause. But finding that inner strength. And Leo season is all about giving everybody confidence. So this is going to give you that opportunity to really look at things in a different way and allow yourself to move the way your soul wants you to, you know? So let's see what the Emperor is. It could be that there's a Leo in your life that is making you feel a little bit stuck as well. But we have, or a Leo that has you on pause, if you will. The Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. This like absolutely has to do with work, where either you're rebuilding with a Virgo or an Aries, or you are so focused and being strong and in control about your work and what you're doing and where you're going that you may even it may even seem as if you've disappeared from life. Like people can't get in touch with you. Where's the Capricorn? Where's my Capricorn friend? What's my Capricorn friend? You're so busy working right now because you feel good enough to do it. When earth signs feel really good, the one thing they want to do is be productive, right? So either you're with a friend or you're trying to rebuild with a Virgo, but there's also this sense of not like, I don't want you to try and control the situation, but at the same time, I also want you to know that you may need to take control of a situation if you are dealing with a Virgo that you happen to even be married to. There's this sense of needing to gain control over whatever this is. The Eight of Pentacles is the Sun in Virgo. And then we also have the Hermit. So there's building, like I want to call it building blocks. Like I'm seeing some building blocks and you're taking the steps forward to build this empire. The Emperor is somebody who is their own boss, right? So you're taking these much needed steps forward in order to build this empire, but also wanting to remain in control of the situation and not lose your cool. Like, that's very gallant of you. But sometimes you have to lose your cool. Sometimes you have to release the energy. You can't just like hold on to energy and wish that it'll go away, right? You know what I'm saying? If you are dealing with a Taurus, I feel like there might be some secrets behind this Taurus. Or if you're dealing with a marriage, there might be some secrets with the marriage. Or you could be dealing with a Cancer that you're married to also. There's so many things that could be with these major arcanas. The thing that I'm really feeling with this, though, is if you're not entirely sure what it is that you want to do, like, because I feel like a lot of this has to do with you building yourself up. All of this has to do with you building yourself up and you being in charge of your empire, being in charge of everything that's laid out in front of you. Even though you don't know, with that moon card, that moon is saying that not everything is 100% clear. Now, by the time we get to the full moon on August 15th, and then we have a new moon in Virgo on August 30th, there are going to be a lot of things that kind of come to light that will start to make more sense because we're just coming out of the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. Like, there are still some very hidden aspects of what this energy is doing. Just had the Lion's Gate, you know, and so allowing yourself to not hold on to things that don't serve you, relationships that don't serve you, jobs that don't serve you, situations, environments, whatever it is that you've been holding on to that really makes you feel super miserable in your life, letting all of that go is going to help reveal how your life is going to start playing out some more, like the directions you're supposed to be going. The moral of the story, when it comes down to it, is you are going to be happier this month than you have in a long time. You've got to come out of your cave, though. If for some of you, if you are still in a cave because you don't want to accept all of the changes that have happened, it's time for you to come out of that cave, because you've got to see that the energy is doing so much more for you than you actually think that it might be. So then we have Justice. Let's see what Justice is. It could be that you're not sure how a relationship or a marriage is going to turn out. Okay. I think it's actually things are going to even out a lot more, even when it comes to love. The Two of Cups on the Justice card is just saying, like, I mean, did you want everything to fall into place for you, Capricorn? Because the energy is perfect for it. Seriously, the energy is so right on for everything to fall into line. And again, if you are 100% miserable right now in your life, this is not your reading. You got to check out your moon or your rising sign. If you don't know what your moon or rising sign is, check the description box below, because 100% this reading is showing that Capricorns are moving into a much smoother, much easier month, right? And a lot of this has to do with, so you got to come out of your cave, Cap. That Four of Cups on the Six of Swords. You have to come out of your cave. This Four of Cups is really saying it's great to be in a meditative state. It's great to really get in touch with yourself, but you also need to be in touch with the people in your life too. I actually really like the Four of Cups in this deck, but it's not going to be the same for everybody. Okay. So, allowing yourself to heal old wounds, even though you don't really know, none of us really know what's going to happen in the future, because we all have free will. But even like if you're in a relationship, you don't know what's going to happen. I feel like with a little bit of love and affection and some attention and coming out of your cave and showing some love and attention to the one that you love could like mean everything. It could be like night and day. Let's see what this 10 of Cups is. See? And it's so interesting, Cap, because I wanted to say that there are some serious endings that have had to happen in order for you to get to this 10 of Cups. So kudos to you. I understand like not wanting to come out of your cave. Like come out wherever you are kind of thing. Because you're afraid that if you're happy again, then all the pain is going, like the vulnerability aspect right now when it comes to your existence in your life is very real. Like it's very hard for you to be vulnerable right now because if you come out of your cave, you risk getting hurt again. But I guarantee you that the worst is over. The worst is over. So we have the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. If you're trying to make decisions on what to do with your money right now, really, really, really listen to your intuition, because I feel like you might have a tendency to give your money away to people, places, and things that are not serving you, or like you're spending your, like just watch your coins. Watch your coins this month. You're working really, really hard, which is awesome and amazing. But if you're working really hard and you're spending just as fast as you're getting it in, it's going to be very hard to recover. Next month, it'll be really hard to recover. So really listen to your intuition when it comes to where you're placing your energy, where you're placing your time, where you're placing your money. Take the much needed steps forward when it comes to relationships, because I do feel like there are some amazing, amazing things when it comes to love and relationships for you moving into September. But don't skip the steps when it comes to it. The Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Chariot. Don't skip the steps. Okay? Because I do feel like there are some details that you cannot miss when it comes to your person. It's almost as if they need you to pay attention to the details right now. Like, don't miss the details. If the person says like for example, don't miss the details. If your person's like, no, I'm fine, I don't want to go anywhere, and then they do this, please take them out. Like, watch the body language, watch the tone, watch what they're saying, watch how they're looking, like all the things, right? Really pay attention to your person. I feel like things are, again, moving in a really positive direction with this Chariot. Could be dealing with a Gemini or a Cancer again, but with this Chariot, either you need to go on vacation or you need to go visit whoever it is that your person is. Whatever comes down to it, I know that you guys are working really, really hard. 10 of Wands. And whatever decisions you make for your future right now, don't, one of the biggest things is like, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your decisions, because you're making the quote unquote right decision. There's no such thing as right or wrong, but the decisions that you are making are going to benefit you in the future. You have so many amazing cards, like so much major arcana. Like this is a time for you guys to shine. And I really, really want you guys to come out of your cave. You don't have to hide anymore. And come out and play, because it's a really good time to shine. You don't need to be huddled inside a cave and ignoring everybody because of a fear of getting hurt or saying the wrong thing or somebody else saying the wrong thing to you. All right, you guys, I love you so much. 20% off all of my readings for the month of August. I am not traveling at the end of August for health reasons. Not going to get into it, just going to say that I will be available to do personal readings, and 20% off all the 1 hour readings, the 30-minute readings, and the one-on-one alignment sessions all through August for my birthday month. My birthday's at the end of the month, and so we're going to celebrate all month. Also, these necklaces, sterling silver, handmade spiral pendants with the crystals on the inside. I'm actually wearing the red calcite crystal, which I love because it's very grounding and it helps soothe really high emotions, and it helps to remove blockages. This one helps to remove root chakra blockages. So I love this. Anyway, an awesome Capricorn made these. So if you're looking for a fun spiritual talisman, these are your best bet. I love you guys. Have a wonderful August. Thank you for your patience with your reading. Bye.